will also get recorded, and the recorded video will be also given to you guys. Okay. And this is a GPU machine, so it doesn't have an inbuilt cam. Let me also enable the webcam so that people also uh, see the screen, or see me rather. Let me put it here. Okay, so hopefully they are able to see me, and also the screen probably will not be able to see complete screen, but at least to some extent you should be able to see. All right, friends, so minimize this. Okay, let's get started. I would like to quickly introduce myself and then we'll proceed further. And the reason for my delay was because I had this session which was planned from Indian School of Business, right? ISB basically. And there was this session I was supposed to take. That's the reason why today it is at 10:30. Otherwise, it should have started by now. All right. So let me quickly introduce myself without wasting a lot of time. Yeah, this is me. I happen to be Industrial Revolution 4.0 implementer, a chief data scientist and technology advisor. I think I'm more or less not visible, so I'll just switch off this. And I happen to be an alumnus of Indian School of Business and IIT with 15 plus years of experience. I worked with HSBC, ITC, Infotech, Infosys, and Deloitte in the past. And I'm working as a director of InnoDataTix, which is a USA-based analytics consulting firm. I am working as an advisory committee member for SIGSPIS. I'm working as a chief data scientist on Brontobyte Analytics, chief data scientist on Athena Technologies, and I also happen to be director of 360 Digital. This is in short about my profile. Again, I keep sharing my profile to the people. If you feel that you want to connect with me, sure, you can. So here is my profile. I'm putting that on the messenger. If you want to connect with me, you can. Let me also speak more about this data science, and we also have accreditation from IBM, by the way. So this is how you get IBM certificate. Of course, it's from 360 also. These kind of certificates, when you post, it's going to give you a huge value. Just let me go to my post. On a monthly basis, we keep conducting one free session. And if you feel that you want to attend that, all you need to do is go to our company page and follow the page. And in the last month, that is not last month, this month, on 5th and 6th, we have conducted machine learning on cloud. That was a free session. Okay. And this month we are conducting, or next month rather in December, we are conducting cloud computing free session. So if you feel it's going to make sense, please feel free. All you need to do is go to our company page, and you'll have to click on follow. And all these kind of notifications will reach you. Are people who are online able to hear me? Are you all able to hear me? Yeah. So someone from our team will contact Anjana and then try to fix her issue, the challenge that she is facing. Okay. We have also built an AI-driven robot. And this robot is there in a Hyderabad office. And the beauty about this is that this robot was not solely built by our team of data scientists. It was jointly developed by our past participants also. That means you all will also get an opportunity to work on such initiatives. And when you put these kind of things on your resume, it would add huge value. Okay, so it will talk, it will recognize you, it will answer to your queries, so on and so forth. There are a bunch of advantages. I also deliver training at Indian School of Business. Those of you who don't know about ISB, it's one of the top B schools in India. And I keep delivering sessions. For example, this is descriptive analytics, and today I've delivered session on text mining for them. And we have also come up with a book which is called as Enough of Theory. Let me go there and also give you this book, give access to this book. All you need to do is go to our website and click on learning resources. When you click on learning resources, okay, you would, or let me do this. I can also enable my webcam via this. This might be slightly better, or put it this way. Okay. So this is learning resources. When you click on that, you just scroll down and click on access now, and you'll be able to access the book. There are 168 pages. Actually, the book is for 600 plus pages. We have given a glimpse of this in this, and it is for 168 pages. You can have a read at this. It's going to quickly help you understand in a nutshell on what is data science, and we heavily banged on images, less of text, so that you understand better, understand the concepts better. I'll also share this link with you all, and you might want to access that. Okay, Nandita, are you asking me, did I deliver any trainings with IIM? Did I deliver trainings in IIM? Is that your question? No, IIM Ranchi is something where I've delivered, but IMC per se, I haven't delivered any. Okay. And I didn't approach them, they didn't approach me. That's it. Is the LMS access? Yeah, LMS, I'll speak more about that later. And yeah, sure, why not, Nandita? Absolutely. Next, data science is not something which is specific to any industry. Data science is industry agnostic. Okay, meaning data science can be applied to all the various industries, sectors, and domains, right? So that's the beauty. This is a specific project which or a training module which we have formulated for people from mechanical background. Okay, mechanical and people coming from electrical background, people from electronic background, etc. This program will be extremely valid. This is called as manufacturing analytics. Yeah. So just give me a bit. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that, friends, because there was some noise. I thought I'll just ensure that. The noise is removed. Okay. Anyway, so using this manufacturing analytics, you can build a lot of applications in the space of automotive, industrial automation, manufacturing, aviation, bunch of those, right? So data science is not something which is applicable to a specific industry or sector. It is industry agnostic. We also have partnership with UTM Malaysia, which is University Technology Malaysia, which is ranked in 187th position globally. A few of the colleges, top-notch colleges in India, are not ranked in top 200, right? And this is ranked. And the good part is you can also avail and get a certificate from UTM, but you'll have to take an exam pertaining to that. I'll speak more about that. Okay, let me admit. And then we also keep posting a lot of videos on our YouTube channel. I would speak about a few of these, which might also be an interest for you because you might also be having certain doubts, right? And if I go here to our YouTube channel, what are the bunch of benefits that you get? Let me speak. Number one, what we do is we conduct success story sessions. Is today 28th? So today at 6 p.m., you might want to connect. And our students who were from maybe non-IT background, or maybe our students who were from IT background, they might be freshers or they might be working professionals. Okay, it doesn't matter. They will come and explain on how they started their journey by joining 360 Digit MG as a participant, and how did they traverse and how did they get a job as a data scientist. They'll explain end to end. As I'm once again repeating that they might be from IT background or non-IT background. They need not be from computers and all that, right? They might be freshers or they might be working professionals. Doesn't matter. If you have questions on, hey, I'm a fresher, how do I get a job? Yep, sure. You have to, listen to these kind of sessions. Weekly, we conduct one session. In a year, how many weeks do we have? 52 approximately. So 52 success stories is what you're going to listen. 52 different people from 52 different backgrounds will come and explain on how they have become successful data scientists, right? And in October, from October last year until October this year, when we've actually counted, there were roughly 138 people who have got jobs as data scientists, who got trained through us, of course. Yeah. So this is one thing. And the second thing is, we also have career guidance by industry experts, which will happen at 7 a.m. tomorrow. You can attend that. And also there is project presentation session. These will all be YouTube live. When I say project presentation session, our students actually don't learn theory and they will not stop there. They will also practically work on projects. How did they work on project? Group of 4 or 5 people will come and do that presentation weekly once. Weekly, one batch of students who got trained through us, as a final step, they do live projects, they come and do the presentation. These presentations, they can also share it with their potential employers. Hey, here is the link, you might want to go through this, right? What is the business problem? How did they collect the data? How did they establish the connections? How did the business benefits get materialized? All those details will be explained clearly step by step by our past participants. And you all who are attending this training, once you're done with the training, you all will also be doing projects. Okay, you all also will be doing projects, and you all also would be doing such presentations. Okay, next. This is one prime reason why you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So people who got placed, interview preparation session, and a project presentation session. Interview preparation sessions also happen weekly once on Saturdays from 7 to 8 p.m. we conduct interview preparation session. Okay, you all might also want to join that. Okay, so I'll give this link also. Feel free to click on subscribe, but if you just subscribe and leave it, it is not going to work. Can I write? I don't know. If you just subscribe, it doesn't work. You also need to click on notify icon. Only then whenever we have sessions, you'll be notified on that. So let me paste that also. Yeah. And feel free to subscribe. Next, let's move on. We do a lot of projects, next week affirmatively. I'll bring the attendance tracking system to Bengaluru also. And people who are attending classroom here might also want to witness this. So what happens with a biometric system? If you have a biometric system, there is high chance that you might spread virus. If you have COVID, if you touch that, if someone else touches that, there's a high risk that there might be COVID. So what we have done is we have come up with automatic attendance tracking system. There is a device. For students who are in Hyderabad, when you visit our Hyderabad office, you might want to witness that. The moment you stand in front of that, it's going to capture your face, and then it's going to automatically track attendance. Not just that, it also has thermal sensors attached to it. So using those thermal sensors, your body temperature also gets tracked. And if you're a person who has high temperature, you'll not be allowed to enter the premise, right? Because you might be having COVID, who knows? This was also done by our past participants. Of course, they don't just like they do it. They are guided by our team of data scientists. They handhold them into successful delivery. Next, we are the only exclusive EdTech partner with Panasonic Innovation Center. Panasonic has 3 innovation centers across the world. One is in Japan, one is in US, and the other is in India, in Bengaluru. So what do you mean by we are an exclusive EdTech partner of Panasonic? How is it going to help you all? So Panasonic operates in the space of healthcare. Panasonic operates in the space of industrial automation. Panasonic also works in the space of manufacturing. And Panasonic also works in the space of home appliances. And whatever innovation they do in the space of digital transformation or in the space of data science and AI, they give us those use cases or projects, and we bring those projects into our training curriculum. What does that mean for you all as students, participants? You will be learning and understanding the practical applications of all these kind of use cases. One such use case is that AC. This is a classic example that I keep giving. If you have AC, when do you usually use AC? During summer season. During winter and rainy, you hardly use it. That means there is scope of dust getting accumulated in AC. If there's a lot of dust which gets accumulated, your AC components might fail. So using the IoT sensors, they captured the data and they placed it on cloud, the data, and they started building prediction models on which component might fail. This information was sent to technicians, and those technicians came and they go usually and fix the issues. So proactively, you are ensuring that components do not fail. It's a proactive measure. If a component fails, you go and fix it. That's one way. Even before a component fails, you need to go and fix it. That's another way out. So these kind of use cases will be brought to the training curriculum. Yeah. Our training curriculum has also been vetted and verified by City and Guilds, which is a UK-based accreditation body. It's UK's #1 accreditation body. So our training curriculum is not something that we have just plugged from here and there and delivering. It is well crafted to ensure that people get jobs. Okay. We have accreditation from UTM. You can opt for a certificate from UTM. We also have accreditation from IBM, and you would certainly get a certificate from IBM post your training. There is a small exam, we'll guide you on how to take the exam. And we are also backed by Panasonic. Then me, along with a few of our past participants, we have actually worked on COVID-19 forecasting model. How many cases would India experience in the next 1 week? How many cases will we have in Bengaluru for the next 1 month? All these things can be forecasted. And we have worked in collaboration with Apollo Hospitals on this project, along with their doctors. We have received an accuracy or achieved an accuracy of 98%. It was 98% accurate. And after that, the Indian government told that, you know what, you should not be doing anything pertaining to COVID-19. No forecasting, nothing, for various reasons. That's where we stopped. But this project was taken ahead by South Korean scientists. So that is how well done this project was. And this is also there on our YouTube channel briefly. As part of project presentation, we keep posting these details. That's there. You might want to have a look at that. This is another project which we have done for Government of Telangana. Okay. And this is all about placing a bounding box. And the moment a vehicle passes through that, you identify that. This is a classic example of deep learning algorithm. There's something called as convolution neural network, which you'll learn. So the moment a vehicle passes through this, do you observe another box? So it's identifying what that vehicle is, how many vehicles are passing through. And all this information gets stored in the backend database. So you need not manually sit and count on how many vehicles are crossing. Right? If there are a lot of vehicles crossing, you might want to put a traffic signal, you might want to regulate, you might want to widen the roads, many applications, right? And in this way, in the backend database, it gets recorded. And people who are in Hyderabad would be aware of Paradise Biryani. People who are from the other parts might not be aware, but Paradise is famous for biryani. And we have built an AI-driven chatbot for them. If you just scan that QR code, which is appearing there, it will pop up a window like this. And you might want to place an order for the food while you're seated on your table. This is another application. We have our office in Malaysia also. And what happens is it places a bounding box around the face and it recognizes the gender, whether you're male or a female. And also it recognizes various emotions on whether you're happy or sad or neutral, these kind of details. Right? This is another project done in collaboration with our data scientists and our Malaysia participants. Okay, so yeah, these are the various things. Now let me go to InnoDataTix and speak more about a few of the projects. So, automotive. How do I apply data science in the space of automotive industry? If you go to web, Google search and say PMI survival analytics, the first link that appears would be PMI link. And this is my name, by the way. Okay. And we have done this project, and across India, we won the first place. It means a lot, right? In India, there are a lot of big players who are doing projects, and we won the first place means big thing. And you will see what is a project management methodology that we have used, what was a technical roadmap, and what this project is all about. You might want to visit this and have a quick read. If a vehicle is transporting goods from, say, Hyderabad to Bangalore, Bengaluru. And if a vehicle breaks down somewhere midway, who are the various stakeholders who are negatively impacted? Sender will be negatively impacted. Someone who's expecting to receive those would be negatively impacted, right? Driver, and if your vehicle is on the road, if it breaks down, all the other vehicles, commuters will get impacted. And if your vehicle breaks down, you call the call center and say, hey, can you come and fix it? My vehicle breakdown. So this vehicle manufacturer, who is called as original equipment manufacturer, would come and fix this. And that would mean warranty cost. Technicians will come, they'll fix it. It's all cost. It's called as warranty cost if your vehicle is under warranty. And if you have insurance, you'll claim insurance. So it's a cost to the insurance firm also. These two are the key players who have funded for this particular project that we have done. So what we do is we place a lot of industrial IoT sensors on the vehicle. You get the data and you transport the data over the telecom provider network and place it on cloud. Once you have the data on the cloud, you then perform descriptive analytics and predictive analytics. Predictive analytics means even before the vehicle starts, you predict on whether a vehicle will break down or not. Will a vehicle fail or not fail in a specific journey? If a vehicle is going to fail, which component might fail? And not just that, after how many kilometers will your vehicle fail? All these details are predicted, and a bunch of applications exist for this. You might want to read this paper to get a better overview of that. This is in the space of automotive. In the space of aviation, throughout our training, I'll be, opening the documents and then showing you what kind of projects we have done, right? We have done projects in the space of Korean Airlines. For Korean Airlines, we have done projects. For Avianca Airlines, which is a Latin American airline firm, we have done projects. We have done projects for TrueJet, which is tier 2, tier 3 aviation company here. Right? So we have done a lot of projects basically. Life sciences, healthcare analytics, we built a cancer prediction model. I can briefly speak about that maybe. And of course, I won't delve deep into this because there are NDAs which I signed with the company where I work as a data scientist. This company name is Brontobyte Analytics. And this is a project wherein we have taken the radiology images. This is a breast cancer prediction model. We have taken radiology images. We have built a lot of prediction models around that. We have taken pathology images, right? These are all the images to determine whether you have cancer or not. And that's me basically, right? So these are the kind of projects which we keep doing. In the space of manufacturing, Coca-Cola is one of our prime customers. We are doing a lot of projects for them, and we started off by doing projects. There is a location called as Aminpur in Hyderabad. There they have the biggest manufacturing plant for Coca-Cola. We are doing a lot of projects for them there. What happens is you'll have a lot of machines which manufacture beverages, right? And they have a lot of sensors such as vibration sensor. If your machine vibrates a lot, it might fail. That's an indication. So you need to capture those vibrations. Sound. If your machine is giving a weird sound, it might break down, it might fail. So that also gets captured. Then temperature sensors, chiller sensors, filler sensors, bunch of sensors. What do all these sensors do? All these IoT sensors, they generate data. Once the data gets generated, you store the data either on a SCADA system. What do you mean by SCADA system? It's a computer, industrial PC. That means you have machine. There is a computer which is attached to a machine. And all the data pertaining to that machine gets stored on this computer, which is called a SCADA system. Or you might want to store the data on cloud, or you might want to store the data on a server. Doesn't matter where you store it. You take this data and then build your machine learning algorithm on that, which will start predicting on whether your machine will break down or not. And this information is sent in the form of SMS to the technicians. And what do these technicians do? These technicians will go and fix the issue proactively. Even before something goes wrong, they go and fix it. Prediction could be in the next 6 hours, your chiller sensor or chiller machine, which maintains the temperature of your syrup, would fail. So quickly, technician will go and try to fix that, right? So these are the kind of projects that are in the space of manufacturing. Financial services insurance, we have done projects for State Bank of India, Hinduja Leyland Finance. We have done projects for a bank called as ACB Bank in Vietnam, and a lot of other clients. Margadarshak is another NBFC, non-banking financial corporation. Energy and resources, there are people who have come out from GE, General Electric, okay, and they have started their own company in US. They are one of our biggest customers from US, and we have built a turbine, wind turbine breakdown model. Do you know how big the wind turbine one blade would be? Right? Usually it is how much? Height of maybe 5 or 6 story building, right? That's how big it would be. Now, if it fails, how should you bring it down to repair? You need a crane. So you'll spend time for crane. And typically the downtime is approximately on an average 18 days. It will take 18 days to remove a blade, bring it down, fix it, then mount it back. So 18 days of your wind turbine production time also is gone. And on top of that, there's a lot of cost. Technicians pertaining to wind turbine cost you a bomb, right? They charge you a lot. So upfront predicting that, hey, this might fail, etc., makes a lot of sense. You'll probably switch it off. You will run it at a low speed, so on and so forth. Yeah. This is a project in the space of energy and resources. We have also done certain projects for Libya, Libyan client. Right? Tripoli is capital of Libya, and then there we have done a project. It's one of those countries where you do not want to go now, at least, because I think terrorists have blasted their airport itself. Now, what is the status? I don't know, but that's the latest. We have done projects in the space of telecom and technology, social media analytics, retail, you name it. You name it, we have done projects in that space. Is only InnoDataTix working in all these industries? Actually, no. Because when you look at, say, Infosys, Infosys operates in the space of all these industries, friends. You might have questions, right? That, hey, I'm from banking background. Would I be considered as a data scientist, or can I get a job in the space of data science? Absolutely. You'd be preferred in the space of financial services or insurance. Hey, I'm from biotechnology background. I'm from biomedical background, right? I've done my MBBS, BDS, Bachelor of Dental Sciences, whatever be it. You'll be preferred in the space of life sciences. I'm a mechanical engineer. Would I be preferred? Sure. Automotive, industrial manufacturing, there are a bunch of those where you can go and work. No matter which educational background you have, you might be a BCom, BSc, right, or BBA or MBA or biotechnology background or BTech, whatever, you would be preferred. Okay, because you have that knowledge, you learned for 4 years or 3 years as part of your graduation, those concepts, right? Those concepts will come in handy for you here. Okay, that is how people prefer. Maybe you are from travel and hospitality, oil and gas, doesn't matter. So if you have questions on I'm from this educational background or I'm from that educational background, you need not even ask me that question because my answer is you are eligible. Next, is it only Infosys or are there other companies also? Let's see, Accenture. Industries. Accenture operates in all these industries. If you are a person who has experience working in, say your education is from chemical manufacturing, you'll be preferred in chemicals. Say you've done your graduation in some aviation course, so you'll be preferred in the space of aerospace because you'll have more knowledge about that concept, about those problems, business problems that are solved. If you say I'm from BBA Finance, MBA Finance, of course, banking is here for your taking. Since you already have that knowledge of how the banks run, how the insurance firms run, how investment banking runs, you'd be preferred here. Okay. TCS, Wipro, IBM, right, Deloitte, you name it. All these service-based companies do not operate in a specific industry. They operate across the various industries. So no matter what experience you have working with various companies, or no matter what educational background you have, you would be considered valid. Your past experience, people keep asking me this. Hey, do you know what? In the past, I have 20 years experience working in probably some functional domain. All I say is your past experience that you have gained, right, would be considered valid. You will not be considered as a fresher. If you have whatever years experience you have, you will not be considered as fresher. You'll be considered as experienced person because you have the domain knowledge that you're carrying. And those are the kind of people who are also preferred for senior roles. You know what? In the past, there was a person by name Ravi Shankar. There is rather, why was. Right? He also conducted a success story session. It's there on our YouTube channel. You might want to go and watch that. And he was working in the space of digital marketing. And he was an MBA grad. And he is now working as a senior data scientist in Novartis. Novartis is a pharmaceutical company. Pharmaceutical company hired someone from non-technical background who was a digital marketing person who has now knowledge about data science. He worked extensively on our TrueJet project. Right? And another person who has 22 years experience, who had 22 years experience, this person was working in the space of functional domain, meaning nothing to do with technology, non-IT background. Now he's working as AVP Analytics in Ernst & Young. There is a person by name Deb. Deb is from Bengaluru only, right? So Deb was working in the space of, Oracle technologies. And this guy also was from business side. He was working in the space of business development. And he had 9 years experience. Even before we completed our training, he was very diligent in terms of doing assignments, attending the classes. Even before the last day of the training, he told us that he got a job as a data scientist in Workday. Workday is a company, right? He got a job as a senior data scientist. And 40 lakhs is his salary. A few of those people, they say that what the big deal? Right? I can disclose my salary. A few people do not disclose the salaries. But then that's what it is. Now let's get into this. So we have a lot of domain analytics trainings, such as life sciences, healthcare analytics, financial analytics, bunch of those. And we have accreditation from all these companies, right? City and Guilds, UTM, TUV, IBM, Panasonic, bunch of those. Microsoft has scheduled a meeting with us anyways. So I don't know. Let me see. So we have now become a GTP, Global Training Partner with Microsoft. So that is another accreditation. That means you all would also be eligible to take Microsoft certified programs. Okay, you will get Microsoft certificate. When you have all these certificates, when you put them on your resume, would it add value or not? Obviously, needless to say, right? It will add huge value to your profile as opposed to just saying that I got trained through 360 Digit MG or any company for that case. If you say that, you know what, I also have IBM certificate, I have Microsoft certificate. They're market leaders. So your resume will carry huge value. And of course, things are not looking good because of COVID-19, but there are huge openings, is what research says. 97,000 positions are vacant. Hey, all that is bluff, is what a few of you all might be thinking, right? I can read your brains. Yeah. So if you go to Naukri and say, data scientist, how many jobs do you have? 14,748. And if I were to tweak slightly and say data science, there are 40,000 job openings. All these are for fresher, all these are for experienced people. We don't have anything for freshers, right? I'm sure. See, I keep reading your brains. So when I say 0 years of experience, you have 16,844 jobs. If you still feel these are all bluff, maybe you have to put a case against Naukri. File a legal case against Naukri. They are bluffing and sidetracking you guys. Okay. Any job portal for that case will have umpteen number of jobs. They are there for your taking. Can you grab it? Is a choice that you have to make. Okay. Do you want to be in the world's best profession? Do you want to gain high salaries? Do you want to get high respect? Choice is yours. It's there for your grab. Okay. So let me speak about the training also, data science certification program. People also keep asking me this question on, hey, should I learn Python or should I learn R? For people who are connected through online, I think it makes sense to give you this analogy. Have you connected using Windows machine or have you connected using Macintosh? Or did you connect using your mobile to this training? You would obviously say, how does it matter? I connected to the session, that is all that matters, right? Whether you learn Python or R doesn't matter. Whether you're able to solve the business problems or not is something that matters, right? If I ask you all questions on how did you come by bike? Which bike did you come? How does it matter, right? It's the same thing. Data science is a journey and you can learn that using Python or R, but we are going to use both Python and R because Python is extremely superior when it comes to statistical analysis. And Python is extremely superior when you deal with deep learning advanced algorithms. Retail, okay, sure, I will towards the end touch upon that. So we have Python and R, both. Okay. Alongside that, as and how we get started on the training, you'll understand that a lot of descriptive analytics, you learn about that. Descriptive analytics, remember the name, is done using tools such as Tableau. And you all are also going to learn Tableau. And you'll also be given a lot of value-added programs such as SQL, NoSQL, Hadoop, Spark, cloud computing, and SAS. What would you be given? You would be given these value-added programs. You need not master all these things, but you should get familiarized with the terminologies, lingo, right? The terms that are used. You should get familiar. The moment someone says Hadoop, you should at least know that, yeah, this is what Hadoop is. From interview perspective also, you need not be masters at that. See, no one can be a Superman, He-Man, right? Batman, Iron Man at the same time, right? You can be only one man. You cannot be all the superheroes at one go. This is also like that. When you look at your job description, HR will expect you to be everything. They expect you to be Rajnikant. They expect you to be Ritik Roshan at the same time. But that's not possible, right? So, however, you need to have high level knowledge about all these things. So we provide you with e-learning recorded videos of all these, okay? Plus, once in 3 months, approximately, we conduct sessions on all these things, which are also live instructor led. Like someone like me will be seated and then they'll be explaining you all. So you can also attend those things, live things, if you feel it makes sense. Right? But data science concepts, deep learning concepts, AI concepts, Python and R and Tableau, everything will be live instructor led. Okay. That means someone like me would be seated here, they'll be delivering the trainings. And at this point of time, I usually encounter two questions. One is, do you know what? I hate programming. I'm not from programming background. Or, oh my God, I'm scared of programming. What is this if loop, else loop, while loop? Oh my God, I'm not from that background. I don't want to get into that. This is one, frequent question that I keep encountering. And the second question is, I'm not from statistics background. I'm not from mathematics background. I'm not from economics background. Can I still proceed further? These are two frequently asked questions. Okay. Are you done with your training, Dinesh Babu? If you're done with your trainings, we'll let you know. Because now cloud free training is going on, instructor led, and big data instructor led training is going on. In the month of December, we have SQL and NoSQL. But if you ask me for the calendar dates, I don't know on top of my mind, but I can get those details for you. Okay, done. Next, once in every 3 months. So if you haven't done that, then first we will have to complete data science and then you have to do all these things. Right. So let me demystify those two questions that you have at this point of time. I am from non-programming background. I am from non-statistical background. Will I be able to cope up? Will I be able to learn these things? Okay, sure. Let's handle these questions now. I'm sure all of you will understand English. Yeah, no doubt, because otherwise you wouldn't have been here. When you open R, which is a programming language, this is how it appears. Okay, and this is one statement that I keep making, that be it Python or be it R, start treating these two as your friends. Don't start treating these two as your enemies, aliens. Oh my God, they speak some, Greek and Latin language. No. All your friends do is they speak only English language. You all told that you know English. Yeah, you just told, you cannot back off from that. And your R and Python friends also will speak English. What else do you want? Can you not communicate with them in English? Sure, you can. And with respect to math or stat, we assume that people who are attending our training do not know 8th standard math also. And we get started from there. And that is all you need to become a data scientist, right? You need to learn from 8th standard math onwards. Now, if I give all these numbers and say, can you help me calculate mean of these numbers? How would you do that? What is the mean, friends, of this data? 3, okay. 3. Anyone else who has different numbers? Yeah, sure. But what is that number? Okay, Vikram, Vishwas, and anyone else? Come on, friends, go for it. If you go wrong, don't worry. Hare Krishna, Nandita, Jaganmohan. So a lot of people are responding. Bharat. Okay, so there are a lot of people who are giving me the answers. But I'm sure a lot of you all are also not aware of how to calculate this because you learned in 8th standard long back, right? Even if you forget, that's okay. So to calculate mean, first you need to add all these numbers. And then you divide it by the total count of numbers. In total, how many numbers do you have? 5 numbers. So you add all these numbers and divide by the total count, which would be 15 by 5, and that would give you 3. In our trainings, you'll very soon experience this, that we get started in this way, right from basics to the most advanced topics. We do not assume that you are already at this stage and then get started from there. We assume that you are at this stage, right? You are a clean slate for us and we'll be writing on you. We don't assume that you are coming with certain background. No assumptions here. And for people who already know these kind of techniques, you might feel that, you know what, class is very slow. This guy is explaining 8th standard math and all that, but that's okay. For in the interest of everyone else, that's okay. Okay, if this is how you calculate these, then how do I use my friend to calculate mean? Let's see. One thing is, you can use your R as a calculator. Henceforth, don't open your calculators and do it. Use it here. That's how you learn. If I say 1 plus 1, and if I click on the run symbol here, it will say that answer is 2. Answer is 2, right? It cannot be anything else, obviously. If I say 7 multiplied by 5 or something on those lines, if I run it, see that the answer is 35 now. Now, if I say I want to assign all these numbers to some variable called x, how do I write it? X equal to combine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C is for combine. I want to combine all these 5 numbers. And then I want to assign all these 5 numbers to x. I'll click on run. Now, if I want to see what is there in x, you run it. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the numbers which are there in x. Assume that I haven't written anything here. Now, can you tell me what is English spelling of mean? MEAN, short. Okay. So it is MEAN of x. When you say MEAN, English, I'm not writing any Greek, Latin, or I'm not writing any programming here. And you run it. You get answer as 3. Our language or Python language is nothing but English language, which has some grammar, right? In English sentences, you'll have comma, full stop, colon, and all that, and you have rules on when to put a full stop, when to put a comma. On similar lines here, there'll be some grammar. That's it. So I still fail to understand on why people call these as programming languages. These are English languages, modified version of English languages. That's it. Nothing beyond that. Okay, if you start treating R and Python as your friends and as English language tools, then your life will be a smooth sail. Trust me on that. We are not going to use R or Python to build web applications. We are not going to use these to build mobile applications. Then you'll have a lot of programming. I understand that. But if you want to become a data scientist, you need not be an Android programmer at all. All you need to understand is basic English language and how it's written here in these tools, right? So if you're from non-programming background, non-IT background or non-statistical background doesn't matter. For us, it doesn't matter because we get started right from scratch. And there are a lot of forums which are generating data: stock market, Internet of Things, video surveillance data, shopping, so on and so forth. Every minute there is huge amount of data getting generated. We need not speak more about this. You all are aware of that. And devices are shrinking, your quantum computers are coming in, devices are becoming very powerful. There's huge data storage possibility. Internet speeds are increasing. Your mobile camera, pixel values are increasing, all that, but that's all fine. Those are all very trivial things which you all know. And one thing I make a point to explain about these things on this slide, because a lot of people have doubts and questions on, hey, do you teach machine learning? Do you teach deep learning as part of the training, etc. Right? So to demystify that, let us understand here. Artificial intelligence means artificially bringing in human intelligence. So you bring in human intelligence artificially into a computer or a system or a robot, etc. To do what? To do tasks which humans do. If you drive a car, what are the various things that you do? You change gear, okay, and then accelerator, then you apply brake, then you control the steering, and bunch of things. What if I say that all these are the things which a human does? Can we artificially build these capabilities into a system? And that would be called as what? Self-driving car or driverless vehicle. What do you do in driverless vehicle? It will automatically change the gates for you. It will automatically accelerate, right? It will apply brakes. It will control the steering. Everything is taken care. That is artificial intelligence. So whatever a human can do, can I artificially build that intelligence into some system and automate it? That's called as artificial intelligence. How do you build? What are the techniques used to build AI application? The techniques which are used to build AI applications are data science, data mining, machine learning, deep learning. All these are the techniques which are used to build AI application. Okay. Data science is nothing but usage of statistical analysis, forecasting, data visualization, bunch of those. Within data science, you have something called as data mining. You mine the data, like coal mining, you dig coal, get coal. Sometimes if you're lucky, you'll also get diamond, right? Same thing with data mining also. You're given data, you need to keep mining the data, and you'll be getting interesting insights from your data. And if you're very lucky, you'll get an amazing insight similar to diamond. And that is what businesses need, right? Insights from the data on which they can take an action. Within data mining, there is a module called as machine learning. Machine learning are a bunch of algorithms which are used for various purposes. One purpose is for prediction. For example, if there is a customer A who has applied for a loan, then the bank wants to upfront predict to determine whether this person will be a defaulter or not. Defaulter means this person will take a loan, he'll not repay, like Vijay Mallya, right? Or whoever be it. I'm assuming there is no one who is fan of Vijay Mallya here, right? If yes, then sorry if I have offended you. So machine learning is used for prediction purpose. And within machine learning, there is another module called as deep learning. Deep learning is nothing but neural network. Deep learning is heavily used when you have videos, images, speech, textual data. And no matter what you do, at the end of the day, you build an AI application. So you should not be having any doubts on, do you teach deep learning as part of data science? Do you teach machine learning as part of data science? Do you teach data mining as part of data science? Those are all modules within data science. So obviously, without that, the training is not complete. Now, the one part which is very, very exciting for everyone, right? What is that one thing? Money, right? Money is honey for everyone, right? I'm sure no one says that I'm doing all these things for charity. Right? You're learning not to waste your time. You're doing it for getting more money, better salaries. Right? And no matter what, basically, data science skills are at rise. They are expensive. Data scientist salaries are skyrocketing. It's going to lift their salaries. All these are fine. Of course, everyone knows that. What is the range of salaries? If you are a fresher who newly got graduated, you have 0 years of experience, then people can expect anywhere between 4 lakhs to 12 lakhs per annum. And I've seen this, research is saying this, and based on my experience also, I've found that. Okay. And if you're a working professional, I have 3 years experience, 6 years experience, 10 years experience. If you are a working professional, then the thumb rule for you all is, for every 1 year of experience that you have, your salaries will be anywhere between 2.5 lakhs to 4 lakhs per annum. That means if you're a person with 10 years experience, you can expect anywhere between 25 lakhs to 40 lakhs per annum. That's how it is. Okay. So this is the rule that you need to remember. And if you're falling in that range, that means you are in line with the industry standards. These are the various techniques that you learn. Statistical analysis. As I've told you, we get started right from basics, right from scratch. We do not assume that you know ABCD of stats or analytics, right? From that level. You'll understand the project management methodology, descriptive analytics, hypothesis testing, right? Data mining supervised, machine learning, data mining unsupervised, correlation, regression, classification, black box techniques, neural networks, convolution neural networks, recurrent neural networks, right? Segmentation, clustering. Who is this? Dinesh Babu. Okay. Association rules, dimension reduction, network analytics, all of these. Text mining. What happened, Dinesh? Why are you scribbling on the screen? Okay. So let me disable the annotation. Then text mining, forecasting, Tableau, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, Shiny App, Flask for deployment. Bunch of these is what you're going to learn. Then, how do you help us become a successful data scientist? And friends, to answer this, I want to demystify one thing, that we are not a magic institute wherein you say that, hey, I pay you, you give me a job. No, we are not selling jobs, right? But we'll help you get a job. How? So we expect 80% of attendance from you all. You cannot say that I'll pay, I'll not attend the classes, but I need a job. Doesn't work that way. You have to attend 80% of classes. And we also understand that we all are humans, we'll have emergencies, right? 20% of the times you might have emergencies, acceptable. That's okay. But 80% of times you need to attend class. Otherwise, you become difficult. And you need to practice. So after explaining you concepts theoretically, we also help you practically solve a use case in the class. I mean, the tutor, trainer would be solving the use case in the class using Python and R, both. And you would be given a similar kind of assignment as homework, and you'll have to solve that. So here I need to, ask you a question. How many of you all don't know swimming? Yeah, that's okay, Dinesh, fine. How many of you all don't know swimming? You know, lucky. Good. How many of you all people who are online don't know swimming? Come on, that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong in not knowing. Okay, a few of you all do not know. So if you don't know swimming, how can you learn swimming? There is one way, right? You can just go to YouTube, watch all the videos, and remember the keyword, best videos to learn swimming, and watch all the videos. Go to Google, buy best books to learn swimming. Watch all the videos, read everything, and then go and jump into water. What do you think will happen? Obviously, you'll die. No second thought about that. Data science is exactly like that, friends. You have tons and tons of videos, tons and tons of literature available online. If you feel that you can just read those and watch those and become a successful data scientist, I bet you can't. You won't. Okay? Because the practical flavor is needed. Practically, what you do versus theoretically what you study, there will be a difference. And this training is going to bridge that gap through assignments. So you'll have assignments, you will have to practice. Only if you practice, you become successful data scientists. No matter in how many classes you just sit and listen, you'll not learn until and unless you start practicing. Rubber has to meet the road. Simple. Then 80% of assignments have to be submitted on time. You cannot say that I'll attend now, I'll submit the assignments after 2 years. After 2 years, if you submit, how will it help you, right? So you have to submit on time. And to submit on time, we also give you help. From Monday to Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., there will be a Zoom link which will be provided to you exclusively to our participants who enroll. You can connect to that, and any doubts you have, you can get your doubts clarified. Now, you cannot say that from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Saturday, I'm busy. Please take out 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because you'll have certain doubts. Get it clarified and move on. Don't say that, why don't you keep a session on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.? Why don't you conduct a session at 10 p.m.? No. There's an additional advantage or the value add that we are giving you. Make use of that. And we also help you work on live projects. When I say live, I mean it. Like with InnoDataTix, we do projects for Coca-Cola, State Bank of India, Bharti Cements, Leela Group, Tata Trust, all these, Hindustan Unilever, all that. You would be assigned to one of the projects and you'll be working alongside our team of data scientists. That would give you knowledge, right? So there'll be 2 projects. If you enroll for data science training, certificate program in data science, there is another program which is called as professional certificate program in data science and AI. If you enroll for that, you'll be working on 4 live projects. Project duration varies, friends. Sometimes project durations will be for 20 days. Sometimes it'll be for 45 days. Okay. If you feel that, no, I'm pressing for time, I want to quickly complete the projects, you can request us and we'll assign you to a project which is of shorter duration. If you feel that, no, let me work on longer duration projects, sure, you can. Okay, you let us know your preference. And data science training would be for approximately 4 months, all inclusive. And this will be for 6 months. It might get extended based on the project duration. Here also, it might get extended based on the project duration, but typically 4 months and 6 months. Is there any other difference between these two? Sure, there are. In this training, you'll get IBM certificate. Here you'll get IBM and UTM also, which is from University Technology Malaysia. Okay, next. Here you'll also be learning a lot of advanced deep learning techniques, which should not be part of your data science training. Okay. And here we have 100% job assistance that we provide. And here it is 100% job guarantee. What if I don't get a job? If you don't get a job within 3 months from the finish of your training, we will return your money to you. Are there any conditions? Sure. Remember, I told that we are not a magic institute, we are a training institute. That means 80% of attendance is mandatory. 80% of assignments you have to submit on time, that is mandatory. And you have to work on 4 projects. Once you complete these, you will qualify for 100% job placement guarantee. Okay. And if you do that, trust me, I mean, no one can stop you from getting a job. I can open my, email and then show details about a few people who got placed in the recent past. Last month alone, 8 people got placed in HCL, Capgemini, Qatar Group, etc. 1 person recently. It was as recent as maybe 2 to 3 days. And we keep getting a lot of job openings. There is a requirement for Tableau developer 2 to 3. Then yeah, we got 22 requirements. This is from Deloitte. Of course, you have the name here. And yeah, this ML programmer lead. If I open, his salary also will be disclosed, I think. Last time I did this mistake. So let me be very careful in what I show here. Nile got selected. I know you guys have also seen the salary there. If you didn't see that in the recorded video, maybe it'll be visible. I shouldn't be disclosing all these things. Okay, anyways. Then there are many such openings every day I keep getting. He's a fresher, by the way, with 0 years experience. That's what I mean when I say fresher. Anyways, so let's move on and let me explain about the bunch of benefits, right? You can attend the sessions multiple times for the next 1 year. What does that mean? If you say enroll now, if you feel that suddenly you are sent on site for some project, or you got COVID and then you, God forbid, but then say you are tested positive, then you want to take off. In those cases, what do I do? One way is you can watch the recorded videos also. Another way is you can attend the next batch, right? But you have to complete the training within 1 year. You'll be given 1 year window. And if you feel that I want to both attend weekday classes as well as weekend classes, sure, do so. If you feel that that's going to increase your knowledge levels further, do so. Right? And we have weekday sessions, which will be from Monday to Friday. And it will be from morning 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And evening, it'll be from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. You can attend those sessions. Even if you're a weekend student, you can attend that. And if it's weekend means, of course, Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday sessions will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Any of these slots you might want to join, enroll. Or it might be for whole day, it depends. People who enroll for weekday can also attend weekend. People who enroll for weekend can also attend weekday. For the next 1 year, it's your playground, play. All these sessions are recorded and placed on the learning management system. So we have, okay, we have learning management system, and you'll have lifetime access to learning management system. One second. Prakriti, can you just call Subbu and ask him to get the adapter? Yeah, I'm running out of battery. Sorry, guys. So learning management system access, and see some. Okay. You all will be given separate username and passwords. You need to log in this way. And the moment you log in, oh yeah, please. Can you help me? Where is that? Just give me a minute, friends. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, it should be charging now. Oh, not yet. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, in this way, you'll be given access. You'll be given all the training slides, data sets, R code, Python code, interview questions, hands-on material to submit your assignments. Everything would be there here itself. Okay. And training slides would be given. You'll have access for the rest of your life. So don't bother to download these things. If you have any doubts, you click on have a doubt. Say you have a doubt on this slide number 5. You just say subject doubt, slide number 5, and then you type in your question here and click on submit. Okay. In this way, you'll be given all the videos which are getting recorded also will be placed here. So you can also watch the recorded videos. And one more thing is, after you enroll for the program, you would be given access like this, wherein you'll have all the videos. And when you click on this, you'll connect to the Zoom session. You'll not be given any Zoom link. So your learning management system is a one-stop solution for everything for you guys. Okay, this will be given. Next, alumni benefits. So our past participants who got placed in various companies, they keep conducting sessions on the kind of work that they're doing, etc. Okay, and they conduct free webinars, and you'll have a lot of discounts of the other programs. There'll be interview questions at the end of each and every session. You might want to attend those things. It will test your presence of mind and all that. And once you complete your assignments, you move to the next phase. At this point of time, if you have enrolled for, say, data science versus data science and AI, you'd get 360 DigitMG certificate. You'd get certificate from IBM. You will have to take an exam. We'll guide you. No one failed until now. And also it's a one attempt. You have to pass, that's it. And here you also get UTM certificate. So you'll be routed to that also. And after this, you move on to the next step of doing internship projects. You either do internship with InnoDataTix, which is a USA-based analytics consulting firm, or with Panasonic India Innovation Center. Through whomever you do the projects, you'll get InnoDataTix certificate. So you can say that you're not just trained, but you've actually worked on a live project. These are not competition projects at all. Because in competition projects, what happens is people assume that magically data will come and sit on your computer in Excel format or CSV format. And then you have to work on that. It doesn't happen in real world. Magically, nothing will come. You have to connect to database and then pull the data. And here you'll be working on 2 projects. Here you'll be working on 4 projects. When you mention those projects on your resume, people would be at least interested in talking with you to understand what is it that you have done. Okay, so because these are not textbook examples, publicly available projects, hence. We have a resume preparation session. So every Sunday, when our past participants perform project presentation session, towards the end, we also couple it with resume preparation session and interview preparation session. How to prepare your resume, how to publish that on LinkedIn, on the other job portals, etc. Tips and tricks will be given to you. Mock interviews. Yeah, hold on, guys. I'm looking at your questions. I'll answer those if you may allow me just a minute. So mock interview sessions are conducted by people who already got placed as data scientists or who are already working as data scientists, and also by one of the trainers. There'll be 3 mock interviews. And when mock interviews are conducted on you, we streamline this in a big way now. And you also get a feedback on what are the do's, don'ts, where you're weak, where you're strong in that. And also, sometimes these mock interviews are conducted by people through my connects who are already working as data scientists in Deloitte or any other company. So you better be well prepared because they might be the same people who might be conducting the interview for you in your actual interview also. It happened with one of our participants. A person who conducted the mock interview was the same person who also conducted the actual interview. So you better be well prepared for that. Then job placement. Here you have 100% job assistance. We have tie-up with 150 plus companies. A few of the things I've just shown you on my email ID. And by Feb, we want to have, by Feb 2021, we want to have another 150 companies onboarded. Right? I'm personally connected to 1600 plus HRs across various companies on my LinkedIn profile. Now we need to firm up the relationship. Right? All these are ISB alum. All those are graduated from ISB. Okay, anyways. So in this way, because 90% of the jobs get filled through internal referral. Okay, and we'll be notified whenever there are openings. The moment there are openings, we'll notify you guys, and then you need to submit your resume. Of course, we vet your resume, we send it to a content writer, so on and so forth, but you have to be well prepared. What else? Yeah. Here we have 100% job guarantee. And all these certification costs are included in the training fee. What is the training fee? Let me tell you that also. It's 28,000 plus GST for all these services, all these certificates, etc. Here it is 69,000 plus GST, right? For all these services and all these benefits put together. And finally, when you join companies, you might be having doubts on how to work and all that. On the first project, we give you some guidance. But there are people who got trained in 2013 through us, through me especially. They even today, get in touch with me when they have any new projects. They ask me on what are the new algorithms which have come, what can I use, what can I test. I still assist them. So that's the kind of relationship that we have. Now I will look at the questions. For the weekend batch, it is 4 hours here or 4 hours here. Sometimes it might also be 8 hours faster. AWS is a cloud. On cloud, you store the data, process the data, etc. And AWS has something called a SageMaker, Nandita, and that can be used for data science purpose also. When is batch going to? From today onwards, Nagesh. Now, what's the time? What is the time, friends? Sorry, 11:15. So maybe after a few questions at 50. Okay. So at 12 we will take a break. And then we will get started from 12:10 onwards, and it will go on until 1:10. The training, the other things. People who want to continue can continue. People who feel that, oh no, I want to go back, rethink, and come back. Sure, you might want to drop off or you might want to leave. Choice is yours. And from tomorrow onwards, it'll be from 9 to 1 p.m. Okay. And since this is the first day or the first weekend, we will be tracking the attendance based on whoever is attending and all that. Offline will take care of that. From next week onwards, it will be online. I'll let you know how to give the attendance. Okay. Is there separate fee? No, Vikram, fee is included. Yeah, Atul, you might want to ask a question. Will you provide this recorded session to our mail IDs? If you want, yes, but otherwise these recorded videos will be placed on your learning management system. Not really, Vishwas. We also do practicals like I have done here, right? So after theory, we will do practicals in class only. And a similar kind of assignment will be given as a homework. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah. So in retail, I think you have asked that question. I might have missed out. So let me open, I don't know, let me open Tableau and the next thing. Both weekend or weekday, the duration of the training will remain the same. It might be for less days, it might get completed sooner for weekend, etc. But yeah, that's how it is. Duration will be the same. That doesn't change. No, all those were people who did not have data science experience. So Vikram, if someone has data science experience, they might not want to undergo the training through us, right? So I would say 99% of the people who undergo training through us are people who do not have experience in data science. How good do we need to be in math, stats, and probability? Ritesh has a question. Ritesh, as I've told you, if you know 8th standard math, good enough, Ritesh. If you don't know that also, then that's fine because we'll anyways be training you all right from scratch. So those kind of things, Rajni, you'll have to check with our sales team. Okay. I might not be able to answer those kind of questions. Yeah, you'll have to get in touch with your point of contact, Nitin. Whoever is your sales point of contact, you might want to get in touch with them. Nagesh, it really depends, Nagesh. So see, there are a few companies who have laid down condition that you need to have more than 60% in your graduation. Right? Those kind of companies probably you'll not be able to apply for. But there are a lot of other companies which are available. Like TCS also, for instance, even if you have 58, 57, 56, 55, they take you, they hire you. It depends. There are people in the past who got less than 60% who have joined the training and who also got jobs. So Nitin, in Bangalore and Hyderabad, we started the classroom trainings as well with limited occupancy. Yeah, but hope you're able to see me, right? And the people who are seated here also are able to see me. So beyond this, there is no difference. They are also able to see the screen. You're also able to see the screen. Beyond that, no difference. Obviously, they don't want to touch and feel me. Do you want to? I'm sure you don't want to, right? So beyond that, everything is the same. How about industry experience without graduation? If you don't have a graduation, then you should not join. Nandita. I mean, you cannot enroll for job related purpose. There is a participant by name Yasha, who is a 10th pass student who attended my evening batch. Amazing student she was. 10th pass. At her own peril, at her own interest, she has done that. Okay, in that way you can. Nandita, don't you have a graduation? Then I think this is not a right program actually. strength completely varies, but we cannot say weekday, weekend, then cannot comment that. Still Nandita, I mean, I don't know, you might want to try out. Yeah, we have 100% job guarantee for data science with AI. Yes, Bhaskar. So we'll take it offline, Nandita, and then for retail, there are a lot of use cases such as, you know what, if you enter a shopping mall, the moment you have the shopping mall app, it will start tracking you throughout. It will be tracking your movement within the store. Okay. And in which store are you, with whom did you enter, all those details are tracked through CCTV footages. If you entered with a kid, and if you are in restaurant, then this baby care product store will send you a discount coupon so that you might go and purchase one. It says that there's 10% discount for kids. Do you want to purchase? Yeah, sure. And your entire browsing history is recorded. I'm sure you are aware of that. Google Chrome, you can install for free, right? Why should Google give you for free? Are you Google's friend or relative? So Google will start tracking your browsing history. And if you're a person who has searched for iPhone price online, and if you enter the iPhone store or Apple store, message is sent to the Apple store owner saying that, hey, this guy who has just entered has actually searched online the price of iPhone. Price of the price that he has found was 59,000. Do you, if the shelf price is 16,000, do you want to provide that 1,000 discount so that this guy might quickly purchase one? Sure, you can take a call. All these are possibilities of retail analytics, and this is a project we have done for a Chinese client in 2013. Now we are in 2020. Even in 2020, when I speak about these projects, people are like, wow, think about 2013. They're good 10, 15 years ahead of us, Chinese folks, but that's okay. At the time, you are going to teach us Python and R. Yes, Nitin. Python and R would be taught throughout. What about NRI? For all the information you have given, it's mostly beneficial to the residents of India. Okay, Lily has this question. There are people who got jobs in Malaysian Airlines, Lily. There is a guy in UK, right? Sukhwinder. He has got a job in UK, and I can name you at least 18 people, 18 people in US who are working as data scientists after getting trained through us. There is one person in Canada working with Home Depot. There is one person in Australia working with Textron. Yeah, in that way there are a lot of examples, Lily. What all tools you'll be teaching in live classes? Predominantly R and Python. And of course, Tableau, SQL, NoSQL, all that I've anyway spoken about that, right, Vishwas? But predominantly Python and R. I am going to teach you guys. Yeah. Any more questions? Or if you're good, Tableau also will be taught by another trainer. Tableau will be taught by another trainer, Dinesh. This is Tableau that you're seeing, by the way. I'm a Tableau certified guy, but then I will not have time to teach Tableau, but there are other trainers for that. Any other questions? If you have no questions, then we will stop at this point of time and we will restart the session at 12:10. Okay, until then it is break. So please take a break and come back. So people who want to continue might want to stay back, or people who want to rethink and then come back again, choice is yours. Okay, I'll be on mute until then.
So both for weekend as well as weekday, the syllabus will be the same.
Weekdays we will cover 12 hours per week. So per day we are covering 4 hours from morning. So it will weekdays, but will be higher off.
It will be both